let me just say no pick me, because the females who this applies to, they love to say, oh, you're a pick me, da da da, when in reality I'm really not a pick me. Like, I could give a less if I get picked, because who are these? Nobody. Anyways, body count absolutely matters. Like, you cannot be out here as a woman giving your body to Tom, Dick, and Harry, because that's just gonna reflect poorly on you. That's absolutely poor management. And it's the same for dudes, but that's another conversation for another day. I'm not a man, so I can't speak on that. Like, I don't have the viewpoint of a man and why they feel like that's okay. But I know as a woman, your body count absolutely matters. Like, there's a way to be sexually liberated and handle that yourself. Like, you don't have to go mad. Like, it's not necessary. And it's just like you're overly going at this point. You're overly going. And at some point, when do you stop and say, damn, I'm way too many, or damn, I'm way too many. Mind you, most of the women whose body counts are crazy high feel like they have done too much. They are silently shaming themselves, but they have no choice but to just stand on it, because that's what they did and that's what they're doing, and they really don't know how to stop. So they're just like, okay, well, I just gotta, go with the flow of, keeping up with this, because I done started this, I done did this, so I gotta stand on it. But they still feel away. Like, as a woman, your body is your temple. There's no reason that every guy you come across has to experience you sexually in that way. Like, you do not have to lay down with every man that you're trying to make a connection with. That is not a way of bonding. Like, and if that's even a discussion, like, oh, we can bond better, we can create better intimacy if we lay down, no, that it doesn't work like that. If that's even in the conversation, that's a red flag. You need to cut that situation off, because it's not like, it's not that deep.
One of the biggest problems that's happening is that not only do people don't have self-discipline, but also women continue to try to be like men. What women don't understand is that men generally like we slot women in two different categories, right? So you'll have the women that's for the streets, and then you got the women that's preserved to be wives. Somewhere along the lines, we actually tried to merge the two cultures, and women that was for the streets somehow, some way made themselves available or start to get out of pocket and said, hey, listen, no, 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 no. We're going to have a slut fest, and then we're going to come back and we're going to be wives. That's not how it works. So then when guys start to have a conversation about how many men that a woman has been with, it sounds like we're the villain when this has always been the standard. You just don't mix the two. So I'll give you an example, because I think that white women do this really, really well. Not to the benefit of the men that they get with, but they 100% are better at it than you guys, because white women, they will go off to college, do some of the wildest things. Their culture is, yo, we gonna do what we want to do when we want to do it. They break up their families, and then they go and rebrand themselves, and somehow, some way, they could either stay in the town that they're in, or they move to a completely different town and then get the different results with a different man that then come up and say that they want to be their baby daddy. And then if they really, really good, then a lot of times, if they're no longer available to the men that they would want, then sometimes, often at times, a black guy will come in and he'll play stepfather. But they always, a lot of them, and they have these conversations on these social media platforms, they always rebrand themselves as though they can re-put it back into a box. And the reason why, and this is across the board for American culture, the reason why, one of the main reasons, and we're going to deep dive into this, one of the main reasons why your body count matters, not that somebody needs to ask you, but you can generally get an idea if you're aware and you're paying attention and you're actually having a conversation with people, and you don't just jump right into it and love at first sight like the series that's on Netflix. The reason why it matters is because those bodies carry with you. And that's in addition to the venereal diseases, STI, STDs, herpes, and now they're trying to normalize it. That's not normal. And we need more women that's not single mothers. And so, in order for you to be there, you got to marry before you carry. You actually have to value yourself. And why should we as men value you if you don't value yourself? And that's the biggest thing that we really need to be having a conversation with, because People are just out here willy-nilly letting it fly, and they don't value themselves. And then somehow, some way, after the whole town and the whole football team and the whole basketball team and all the nerds at Comic-Con and everybody else that slept with you, somehow, some way, some guy is supposed to pick up the pieces and see you as precious. That's not how it works.
Then, like, when you're a female who talks highly about, you know, having a low body count or something like that, or how you take it serious, it's just like, oh, pick me, pick me. And literally the only ones that are calling you a pick me are the bitches with the crazy high body counts. Like, body counts literally exceeding, I'm not even going to say what's a crazy number because I don't want to get judged. I don't want to get looked at crazy. But, like,
Hundreds.
y'all know what's crazy and y'all know what's overly going. Y'all know what the fuck is just too much. Y'all know when y'all did too much. Like, I'm gonna just say that. So no, I'm not shaming anyone for their body count, but it actually does matter. So stop trying to convince yourself that because you fucked 100 niggas and you know you moving on with life, that it just doesn't matter, because you still have all those energies inside of you. Like, when you're having sex, you're laying down with someone, you are transferring energies. This man is out here fucking 15 other women. You laying down with him, unprotected, raw, swapping energies with all those other women, plus him. He's fighting demons. He's DL.
Right on you.
He's broke. He's upset. He has anger management. He's schizophrenic. Like, slight bipolar. Come on. It's never that deep. You can be sexually liberated.
And then women be wondering why their life is so messed up and how everything is falling apart. And it's because you're transferring spirits and you're carrying the spirits of a person that had been with 100 other people, and you slept with 100 other people, and it's basically multiplied. So now y'all done slept with 1,000 people amongst y'all, and you can't figure out why your life is messed up and why you can't get yourself together.
And handle that shit yourself. Like, girl, if you don't just DJ, like, I don't know, it's really not that deep. By no means am I saying that that defines you as a woman, like that, you know, makes you less of who you are, like you're not a good person or something like that. It just reflects on your, you know, decision making, because it's really not that deep. And honestly, if you do sleep with a whole bunch of men, or you have in the past, it really makes you no less of a good woman, or, you know, you're not worthy of this type. But you have to understand that there is certain people who will look at you a certain way and be like, you know what, I'm good.
You can't have it both ways. Like, I was with her in the beginning, but now she kind of backtracking because she's trying to make sure that she please everybody. I just wish that everybody would just take a position. Just state where you are in this conversation and be done with it. Why do we got to try to please several different masters or several different people, or try to make sure that we accommodating for everybody? Just call a spade and stop worrying about what everybody think about
Good off that. So you might want to lie about your body count. Like, you might really want to lie, because everybody doesn't just live off of, oh, body count doesn't matter. Some people it actually matters to. Wow. So I would say lie through your fucking teeth. Granted, I'm one of those people who don't have to lie. Like, I can say, you know, my body count, and
I don't believe her now.
Fucking crazy. Like, well, damn.
I believe
but
it.
Like, it does matter to some people. And
she just told y'all to lie. Why wouldn't she be lying? Not saying that she lying, but why wouldn't she be lying since she told y'all to lie?
It can be hard for you to go out here and find true, genuine love if you revealing that you have a body count of 70 and up. Like, that's crazy. 50 and up. I'm just going to keep it real. 30 and up. Like, I'm just going to keep it real. That's just, like, crazy, because in your lifetime, how many niggas are you fucking in a year? If it's more than 2 to 3, which is, like, I don't know. This is coming from relationship girly. I be in relationships for mad long, so I don't be having those type of, you know, spurts or, like, outbursts where I'm fucking 2 to 3 niggas a year. But that's just, like, you didn't connect with not one of those people that you could have just called them up and been like, yo, I know we ain't, you know, fuck around with each other in a couple months, but you don't feel like coming over, that you had to go and find somebody else to go do it to. Like, girl, if you don't call one of them old niggas that you know got some for sure good peen and, like, get that shit handled, like, you don't gotta go out here and find somebody else to go dig up in you. Like, come on.
Nah. Listen, man, y'all just better be careful at this point. Seriously. it ain't even no point in y'all trying to figure it out or trying to make it make sense. I don't believe in dating. I believe in being with the people that you already know is what it is, that you've authentically vetted them by being around them for an extended period of time without any interest in them. That's usually the person that you're supposed to be with, that you're equally yoked. But this is just messy. And again, you got HIV, you got new stuff that's being developed. The diseases is getting stronger and stuff like that. Stay out of the streets, man. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm holler at you guys later. Be careful.